Hello, I'm Lauren Foster, recording a poetry set for Punks for the Homeless, Girls Are Loud, which is for the Hope Girls Orphanage in Sierra Leone. I watched the video of the girls earlier. It's great. I really enjoyed watching that. Well done, girls. Right, I'm going to set my cock. Set my cock, 15 minutes, and then if I'm just rambling on, and then go over. Oh no, it's about time to wind it all up. So this is for Girls Aloud. So I'm going to start. With Being a Girl, Part 1. I always sneered at Tiny Tears. Lego I scavenged from a skip. Pink made me want to puke. The pogo stick was just a fluke. They did their best to engineer a little girl on Christmas morn. Oh joy! A pram. I cried. Where's my bike? My chemistry set? Batmobile? How could they forget I didn't fit the norm? I came home bruised, another fight, clothes torn and covered in mud. They put me into flowery dresses, forced to brush through knotted tresses, said, why can't you be ladylike? Oh, you are a muggy kid. Sit still, be neat, be silent, smile sweetly, don't give me that look. So I stuck my head in another book and took to black and violet. I came out top in a maths exam. No peas for me. Dad knew. We'd visit scrapyards, Bob's garage, anywhere with bits of cars but housework. Crash, bang, smash, gazam. Then I got my first drum kit. Oh joy! At last! I cried. I channeled the spirit of Keith Moon, found my peace in Looney Tunes, and a purpose in two sticks. So I've got a couple of new ones. I say new. This is actually one I started ages ago, and it didn't really go anywhere. But I was sat in the bath last night, and it came to me what I should do with it to fit it in to the current situation. The current situation while we're all doing this online and not at gigs meeting each other and getting hammered and having a really good time. But it can't be helped, can it? We'll all get through it, won't we? This is Tory Tory. Tory Tory, quite contrary, how does your garden grow? With herd immunity, a right-wing press, NHS cuts all in a row. Tory Tory, same old story. At night when you're in bed, how do you sleep? Do you see those faces of the dead? Tory Tory, scarecrow hair, was this what you expected? Did you think it'd be a cruise when you got elected? Tory Tory, are you tipsy on a crate of fine champagne? Wet the baby white, it's ours, all part of the campaign. Tory Tory, old school tie, how does the future fare? Tolling bells and mourning, not that you lot care. Tory Tory, quite contrary, now you give your thanks, you stand and clap, but I don't think you really give a wank. Yep. Anyway, I hope you're all going to donate to the Hope Orphanage. Get your wallets out. Well, I'm looking here for something silly after that, maybe. Something silly. This is about my mate when I shared a house with her. What does it smell of in here? Fags and farts and bones and beer. Fried stuff, dyed stuff, lied around for weak stuff. That's what it smells of in here. Ooh, what can we have now? What shall we have now? Shall we have... Let's have this one. This is a true story. Most of the things I'm reading here today are. I do ranty, I do silly, and I do sort of quite sensible sometimes. I don't know where this fits in with this. Did I tell you about the time I met Angel? On a late August eve in a West Country town. A boyfriend, his birthday, a scrumpy bar, a tantrum, a left alone in a place, not my home. Did I tell you about the time I met angels? At midnight on a pedestrian street. Is he with you? They say. The one who rages. Stay away. There's one who cannot mend. Boyfriend's mum and sister march down the street. Do not greet the angels or meet my eyes. It's my fault he's in a state. We stayed out too late. I do not fulfill his needs. They give me a key, walk off. Did I tell you about the time I met angels? See those two, they say. Stay away. You know the tarot, the card called death. That's them. Did I tell you about the time I met angels? They're not as you'd expect. Surly, long hair, smoking roll-ups, motorhead t-shirts, denim and studs. Did I tell you about the time I met angels? We part. I walk a little way up the street, turn round, they've gone. Alright, quite a lot about my teenage years. I've struggled with mental health all my life. Well, for as long as I can remember. It runs in my family a bit. And I do write about it quite a lot. You know, it's important to talk about it. This is probably 13, I think. I was 13 the time this refers to. This is also published in the Last DIY Poets pamphlet, which are great if you come across any. I highly recommend picking them up. I hope to get out some of the events after all this lockdown shite. The appointment. I'm sat in this waiting room, grey, or there may have been orange moulded plastic chairs. You know, the sort with a sort of rounded square hole in the back and metal legs, like Bambi on the ice. Room empty, cold, corridor, maybe that was my mind. Mum and Chris murmur the odd comment. Attention focused on the chair. Nibbled nails run up and down the plastic edge. Up and down, up and down. Strangely sexual. Do it some more. It's time. Don't you think it's weird, says Mum, for psychiatrists to dye their hair peroxide blonde? It's rather tarty. Mum, I say, she's albino. And used to be a witch. I know this because Grandma told me so, as she noted my floor-length black, pointy boots out of fashion when she was a girl. Grandma left witchhood behind, threw it out like the speckled half-shells beneath the oak, willow, elder, sang instead to Our Lady of the Light. Me, I used to be a witch. I'd skulk around the dead and dance until the milk float whirred down the street, my witch sisters cackling and howling, enchanted youth in our thrall. We'd cavort with werewolves, demons and other despised entities. I used to be a witch. Did I say used to be? Right. This one. It's called It'll Be Fun. The title is from some stupid remark and now ex-friend. A Brexit UKIP supporting ex-friend. That's why. You know, it says it all, doesn't it, really? She made this stupid comment about austerity measures. It'll be fun. It'll be fun? What can you say about that? Anyway, goes something like, rooting round in Marks and Sparks, skips for best before today's cake, sirloin steak and oriental lilies drizzled in indigo. Or standing in a line which snakes down the lane like an 80s election campaign for the only bank to benefit the dispossessed. At least she quit. No need to scour streets for dog ends like days at Norfolk Park, when the high-rise still stood on the hill. They survived on batter bits or lay in wait for the Coupland's man with trays of bread cakes, Sally Lunn's sarnies yesterday's bakes, or the day last Christmas's frozen Brussels, spuds like aliens, and the last shake of parmesan were all that remained. That's about food poverty, in case you didn't guess. Plenty of that around, worse than the 80s. Worse than the 80s. And on that sort of, vibe, this one, I have done it as a beat poem with musical accompaniment. It's a bit jazz. Nice. There's not enough wealth to go round. There's not enough wealth to go round, apparently. Millionaires, billionaires, all made fat by the labour of the people, but there's not enough wealth to go round, apparently. I'm thinking, extravagance of Vegas, opulence of Dubai, but there's not enough wealth to go round, apparently. 1.5 million quid supercars, oligarchs that think they're czars, but there's not enough wealth to go round, apparently. Premier Football, Formula One, private jets, it's the trickle-down con. There's not enough wealth to go round, apparently. All of those with second, third, fourth homes, all that land we've no right to roam. Hear the poor old rich as they wail and moan that there's not enough wealth to go round. Gardens bigger than a council estate, fashionistas being fashionably late, aspirationals in the gated estates, but there's not enough wealth to go round, apparently. Diamond encrusted sculptural skulls, Pollock sell auction for record sums, but there's not enough wealth to go round, apparently. Hadron colliders, weapons providers, an ice backhander for a government insider, but there's not enough wealth to go round, apparently. Nice fat bonus for bogus bankers, cocaine and yachts for these poor wankers, but there's not enough wealth to go round, apparently. A luxury cruise, maybe a facelift, or even a racehorse is the perfect little gift, but there's not enough wealth to go round, apparently. There's just not enough wealth to go round. Next. I'm surprised no one's phoned yet. That was what I was expecting. Just looking at the time here. But I'm going to do this because it's Girls Are Loud, and this is, this is from when I was a teenager and just dealing with dodgy blokes, which was a far more frequent experience than it really should have been, or it shouldn't have happened at all. A night out. I'd never been back to Barnsley after that night. Battle of the Bands at Rio's. That was all right. The coach drops us back in the town centre. Me, just 17. Him, his mate. It's bloody freezing. It's late. Well past midnight. I'm sitting on a stall in the marketplace. He's in my face. He wants to touch me. Oh, you're going to get off with me then? He tries to part my thighs. It gives me a fright, but I keep my cool. Go on, give us a kiss. No. Go on. No. Look down. Ignore him. He persists. Grabs my arms. Go on. No! No means no, dickhead. Oh, I get it. You're one of those, aren't you? One of what? Mermen. Oh, yeah, sure. I must be if I don't want to fuck you, right? His face screws up, a grimace. I knew it. Spits. With distaste, he says to his mate, come on, let's leave her. Off they walk. Me, I'm skint, left alone in this desert because I won't play his game. I've never been back to Barnsley after that night. Dave, that was his name. Barnsley's not to blame, but I've never been back to Barnsley after that night. Oh, there goes me cock. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to wrap it up with a couple of small, short ones, and then another one I wrote recently. Short ones. My love is like whatever this one's called. I would walk 500 miles. Maybe half that. 100. 10. A few. Perhaps 2 if there's a pub halfway, or say to the bus stop. But it's cold out there, warm in my bed, so I think I'll stay here and dream of it instead. Emigrants. This is for all them fucking idiots that just spout shit about immigrants all the time. Emigrants. 800,000 British in Spain, going over there with the greasy chips and cheap lager. They don't even speak Spanish. Bring 'em back. Right, this is one I wrote the other day. I took it from a random line in a page out of an old book, and I called it Tomorrow. Yeah. It's not my usual style. Right, I'm rambling. I am rambling. I knew I'd ramble. Right. The sentence out of the book, I stuck to the same amount of syllables and rhythm. So it's set it up like this. But fair enough. What jobs are there to do, if any? We do need to take this task in hand, to dust and hoover, sweep and fettle, scrub away the curse upon this land. We ought not rebuild, but realign, piece by piece take down the old design, throw it to the breeze and bid goodbye, transform to something not built on sand. A world to nurture the multitude, to not jump up at the few's demand. For all those who live by modest means, not for those who fancy they are grand. Well, we will say, this is ours, not mine, with waters clear as the finest wine, the air fresh as the first crop of spring, not existence, a world we can stand. That's it for me for now. I think I've been 17 minutes, so yeah. Gary, thanks so much for doing this. It's a really brilliant job you're doing. Marvellous, mate, really. And please do donate to Punks for the Homeless, to the Hope Girls Orphanage, and also to the Compass Children's Charity for Street Kids, as well. Both of them. I think, fantastic, mate. What can I say? Bye!